Hey, guess fucking what? Health is pretty freaking easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Let's look at it. You have this. You have this thing going. You're looking at health right now. How many of your influencers or doctors are saying this is what's gonna heal you? Now you are looking something else in the sky. You can see it's kinda hazy. So health is easy peasy lemon squeezy. When Weston A. Price went to visit all those indigenous people and who were all freaking well-built, super happy, content, purpose maxing, pair bond maxing, they all got families, tribes, communities. They were just contented about life. They didn't floss, they didn't brush their teeth, and their teeth and jaws were perfect. That was 100 years ago, something like that. Like they didn't think about health. I don't think at all. It was fucking easy peasy for them, because they lived in this place. They didn't have supermarkets. They didn't have influencers scamming them. They didn't have podcasts promoting AG1 and all these better helps and stuff that just confuse people how to get better and what health really is. But while I was mentioning, there's these clouds you can see. They've been chemtrailing the fuck out of the sky, killing my motherfucking wob over here. Now it's pretty nice now. It was a lot worse. These man-made clouds were red everywhere a couple hours ago. It would have been like this, perfect fucking sunlight hitting in my whole freaking naked body. Like, so you can see those skies. You can see those airplane freaking snake tails that they chemtrail everywhere these days, because they know that if we get this thing over here, the more we get this thing, the better our health is gonna be. So guess what their plan is? Their plan is to block that shit. They wanna block that shit, and they probably put some heavy ass atoms in those clouds that are gonna fall into your ass, into this water, into the soil that makes your food, and then you're gonna ingest them. So it's a double trouble. So health is a easy freaking peasy, lemon squeezy. But in 2025, with all these scammers, all these influencers, our controllers who rule our nations, rule our high standard of living modern society. It's a one big group. It's not really nation states that much anymore. Everything is global. All those things have programmed into our minds things that are not healthy for us, but we think are healthy. They confuse our thought processes. They infiltrate our subconscious mind. So when we think about certain things, we think about this is healthy. Going to the gym, healthy. Living in the Great Britain. Okay. Nobody thinks living in Great Britain is healthy. The government sucks, the weather sucks. That's one of the worst places to live. That freaking godforsaken island. But when we think about getting sunlight, when it's high UV, there's many people who say unhealthy. Sunscreens, healthy. sunglasses healthy. You get the point. They have been able to confuse our little minds. Our little frontal lobes are so confused what the fuck health is. So we don't know. That is simply this. But then they got, on top of those mind control MK Ultra tricks, they got these clouds that the airplanes make. They got a bunch of those tricks as well, like these technologies that they have made everybody addicted to. We all are addicted to these technologies. And what does these technologies do for most people? Like 95% of the people? They draw them inside, out of this place that heals you. That's gonna heal your ass. The more you get this thing, the better you gonna be. Now then they got these invisible to our senses, but we can measure these things with some technologies that are actually pretty good. Some technology can be good or a bad. Like a freaking tool can be good or a bad. A weapon can be used for good or for bad. So we got these invisible signals and frequencies, man-made of course, flying around everywhere, nuking our asses. In some places 24/7. They don't tell you that also. No, I can shit here, but if I don't measure, I don't have those good devices to measure all these invisible frequencies that are absolutely destroying my health. They are destroying my body's potential to create energy out of my environment. Like it looks good on the paper, except those chemtrail clouds, but this place looks good on paper, looks great, but there might be, if you don't measure, all kinds of shit going on here, because our modern lifestyle that we are all being addicted to, that are ruining what this thing is doing for me. It's counteracting that in a negative way. So you need to do quite a bit of research first of all. You need to find the right educators, right mentors, and you need to educate yourself on the right education, not on the Rockefeller, technocratic, Rothschild, Zionist, Fabian education that most of us get in the school for free. Or is it really for free? Or is it taking time out of our existence on this planet or plane? Look at that. They got my mind fucked up. That's that education right there. Freudian slip. But health, easy peasy. How much energy can you create from your environment? This is called redox. How much energy your mitochondria can make, the better you can fight off all this bullshit. And yesteryear, 100 years ago, when Western Enterprise went to all these indigenous people, they didn't have a bunch of these negative things that rob us, that are in our environment, and rob us for making good energy out of our environment. They're basically nuking our mitochondria, our cells' ability to create energy. We have these connections. You can think about this is connection. Now I'm fully connected. I'm naked, getting that sunlight. Maybe those chemtrails do a little bit of here. There's no 5G towers over here. There's no electricity that much over here. I can sleep without electricity. Like my connection is strong. My body can do its functions properly. Like it's been programmed by nature over hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of years. Who freaking knows? I got a bug on my leg. Who freaking knows? My body can regenerate. My body can create beautiful energy out of my environment and I feel fucking great. I feel happy. I feel content. But if that is taken away from all these man-made things, that connection is lost. And where that connection is lost depends many things, and which I don't even understand fully yet. But that's why different people get different diseases in different places. People get different negative symptoms in same environments. And some people might feel freaking great while the other sitting next to him or her might feel freaking trash for years in the same environment. Some family member can get a cancer and some can live happily and healthily. Happiness and healthiness are linked. Some can live in the same environment for decades longer. So that means health is a N equals 1. So everybody's environment, their inner environment, their bodies, and their outer environment dictates everybody's health differently. That's where I think the mind control has worked perfectly, because especially the young people, we like to look up to certain people, and we look up to these influencers, we look up to these movie stars. God damn it, these bugs are biting my legs. Which might mean I have some light leaking out of my body. That's why some mosquitoes and flies find certain people more interesting than others. How much light do you leak out of your body, out of your mitochondria? That's the real reason. The mosquitoes, for example, can see the UV light that we cannot see. But actually, I haven't been bitten that much by the mosquitoes. Now it's the worst time of the year for mosquitoes, and I haven't got one like itchy mosquito bite. Like some of them do bite my legs and arms a little bit, but way less than last year. Last year we didn't got mosquitoes that bad, but 2 years ago or something. So maybe my redox, my energy, my cells, mitochondria's ability to make energy out of my environment is increasing. Maybe it is. Kind of feels like it to me. So I was saying, everybody's health is N equals 1, and they have done fantastic job to get the young people look up to a wrong influencers. They look up these YouTube influencers. They look up these YouTube doctors. They look up these movie stars, music artists, that sort of people. And they confuse their minds what health really is. And they wanna do how their influencer freaking stars are doing. They wanna do the same things they are doing, but they don't understand that they probably live in completely different environment, completely different lives. And this goes next to also that your relationships, like if somebody's in love, guess how much that person creates energy compared to somebody who is in toxic relationship that is stressing their ass all the time, or somebody who's lonely. I always think, which one is better, being lonely or in a toxic relationship? The answer is, which one does create more stress in your life? The toxic relationship. So being lonely is better than being in a toxic relationship, but being in love, that's way better than those two. Your body can practically fight off a lot of the negative 20-25 things that are in our environment, at least for some time. But that love is probably, if you do the wrong things, that's the sad part about the health in 2025, that there's so many wrong roads you can take, so many wrong turns you can take, that even if you are fully in love, you can feel great now, you might feel absolutely terrible. You might get turbo cancer, you might get some crazy disease just a couple weeks later, couple months later, couple years later. If you get these things, if you got those things, you are really in danger. And if you are in love and you want to create a family with that person, like you should, like that's one of the best things about life, is reproducing, brings so much meaning. But if both of you, if either one of you made some mistakes when it comes to this health game, you didn't understand health is about this, and also measuring up your environment. Like I said, you didn't measure. Like you might live in a freaking Chernobyl. Like you might feel in a 5G hellhole and it is sunny there. But if there's other things wrong in that place and you in love, you create a family, that child might come out very wrong. Not how nature intended. Like Westerner Price, when he visited the Eskimos, like they started to have kids when they were 15, 14, and they might have been grandmothers by the age of 23, and some of these women have over 20 kids in their lifetime. They didn't have hospitals, think about that. They didn't have drugs, they didn't have medicine. They had 20 kids in the bush, and what they did, they walked into the bush and they had the kid there by themselves probably, or maybe some other women went with them, and they came out with the bush with the baby, and it was all jolly good time. The baby was freaking healthy. Now we have these hospitals. Now I'm just ranting about. What I'm trying to get to you is there's many wrong directions. There's so many influencers, and this is the biggest thing I see in the young people. Like I was saying, they see these influencers doing certain things and they think about, this is healthy, this is what I need to do. Like, this is how retarded our minds are, because this technology makes us retarded, and the wrong decisions we make. And it's mostly just because of our ignorance. We don't know any better. That's why when you know better, you have to teach other people to do better, and you have to do better. But we have to, even adults, like it's not just the young people, but young people are more impressionable, so it's worse for them and they lack knowledge. But okay, some of the old people lack a lot of freaking knowledge also. But for example, this might be healthy for many people in the carnivore community, so to speak. Like some 25-year-old male can look at Paul Saladino's videos. He lives in Costa Rica. He promotes a lot of sugar, a lot of fruit, honey, raw milk, raw animal products, not raw but cooked animal products as well. Animal-based eating. And this person might be living in Finland like me, or Sweden, or Norway, or Canada, or in the Great Britain. And he might be like, oh, Paul Saladino's got pretty nice ideas. He shows all these studies. He seems smart. He seems energetic. He got a lot of money. He's successful, living alone in that giant house in Costa Rica. So I'm gonna start doing what Paul Saladino is doing. Guess freaking what? Your ass is in Norway. Do you think the natural laws are a little bit different in Norway than they are in Costa Rica? You start eating the same fruit that Paul Saladino eats in Costa Rica. First of all, they need to fly that fruit out like so long away across the freaking plane or a globe to your country. Do you know how much energy, much vitality that fruit loses on that plane ride? What we should do is eat that fruit straight from the freaking, pick it fruit from the bush or a tree and put it in your mouth. The longer it sits there, it's losing its vitality, its energy, the life force that it's gonna feed your ass. Second of all, the sun that it is in Costa Rica created that fruit. The sun that it is in Norway or Finland or Sweden is way different. Your body is getting way different information from your environment that the fruit is getting in Costa Rica. So when that information comes into your body, do you think what your body is used to out of your environment, if you even get out of your environment, if you are not too addicted to these technologies or some bullshit ass work for the elites that you're inside all day, that's even worse then. Like if you get this sunlight a couple days in a year in Finland or Norway, you might be kind of fine. Like it might not do absolute chaos, it might not wreck your freaking health straight away eating some fruit from Costa Rica. But if you're an inside dweller, it's even worse. But even then, if you are like this, it's still, the sun is like nice. Now it's the nicest day in Finland in about, I would say, 9 to 10 months. It's not been this nice day in about 10 months in Finland. It's still UV index 5. In Costa Rica, the UV index is about freaking 13, 14 maybe. This time of the year, maybe even 15, 16. And that has been growing the fruit there. So the fruit has many things. For example, deuterium. Like we need a lot of sunlight to detox that deuterium out of our body, to feel optimal, to feel healthy, to create the best possible energy we can from our environment. But we don't got that sunlight up here in the north. So if you eat that fruit because Paul Saladino ate that fruit, it's gonna cause chaos. It's gonna cause missignaling, misinformation. Your body's like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck are you doing? 100 years ago nobody could make these mistakes. So, and that's why you cannot listen to influencers. You have to understand your situation is completely unique to you. You need to do what you need to do. You need to create an environment that's fucking good for you. Sometimes, many times that means moving out of the place you are. Quitting your job and doing something else in a better place. Getting outside more. And even that might not be enough in some shitty ass places. And that's definitely not enough if you got plenty of these or you got plenty of problems already. Your body's been lacking on energy for years. Your redox has sucked for years. You need this way more than those persons who's been born in this world thanks to their parents and their bloodlines with better mitochondria than your ass. Their redox potential is way better from the get-go than your ass. They can handle many more stressors. The better we can create energy out of our environment, the better we can deal with these modern, high standard of living civilization stressors. That's health for you. That's a little 25-minute health lesson for you. It's a little rambly, but whatever the fuck. I'm feeling like rambling today because so many people are so freaking confused. They don't understand about this in health. You cannot do what your favorite influencer is doing, except maybe if you live with them. You live with them. They are your freaking family or friends. You're living in the same community. Otherwise, you have to become smart enough. You need to have enough base knowledge to create a good environment for yourself. So the inner environment of yourself, your own environment is good. You can create energy. The more you create energy out of your environment, and this is how you do it, freaking No, I don't want to show my private parts, but they're outside. They've been outside all day as well, getting that sunlight. And food is also a big part of this. Relationships are a huge part of this. You get those things right, life is right. Your health is right. You feel happy, you feel content. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy living on this plane. But how many people in 2025 has that going? And why is that? I've made hundreds of videos why is that. Go check those out. But remember, health is n equals 1 game. It's completely unique to yourself. But you need to be at least outside, wherever you are. That's the number 1 step you can do for your health. Number freaking 1. And the more you get this thing, the better. See you later, alligators.